Robert Feldman, a psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, found that 60% of people lied at least once in a short conversation, but you did it in front of the wrong person. You put your phone face down, looked her in the eyes, and gave the clean version of the story. And here is the part that should make you uncomfortable. She did not explode. She did not accuse you. She did not forget. That is what people misunderstand about an empath. They think the danger is that she will feel hurt. No, the danger is that she will feel the gap between your words and your body, and then she will become very, very quiet. Over the next 8 minutes, you will understand why lying to an empath does not usually create a fight. It creates a file, a private one, the kind with dates, tone, patterns, little pauses, changed details, and the strange feeling in her chest when your story did not match your energy. And if this already brought one name into your head, do the small, honest thing. Stay with that name for a second. Do not defend yourself yet. Because the real question is not, did she notice the lie? The question is, what did she start editing after she noticed it? You were not always like this. There was a time you told the full story, gave the long explanation, showed the ugly part before anyone asked. You were the one who over-explained, the one who sent the extra message, the one who tried to prove your heart before anyone accused you. Then life taught you that the full version was not always safe. Maybe you told the truth and someone used it against you. Maybe you admitted what you felt and they laughed. Maybe you were honest about where you were, what you wanted, what you feared, and the room suddenly got cold. So you learned to trim the story, not to be evil, to survive the reaction. You learned which detail to leave out, which emotion to soften, which answer to give so nobody got upset. And after a while, the edited version started feeling normal. You did not call it lying, you called it being careful. And one day you did not tell the full truth, and the world did not end. It got easier. Paul Ekman, a psychologist known for his work on facial expressions and micro-expressions, showed that emotions can leak through the face before a person has fully controlled the message. Simple translation, your mouth can say one thing while your body sends the receipt. An empath does not always know the exact fact you are hiding. She may not know the name, the place, the message, the reason, but she can feel that there is a cut in the scene. Something skipped, something removed, something too smooth. And that is why her calm can be so dangerous. Because while you think the conversation moved on, she is checking whether this was a one-time edit, or the way you tell stories now. First, there is the phone. You say you are busy. She sees the way your thumb moves too fast when the screen lights up. You turn it over like it is nothing, but your shoulders have already answered before your mouth does. You tell yourself she is overthinking, but actually she is comparing your body to your sentence. The cost is that she can no longer enjoy a simple explanation from you without hearing the hidden track under it. Then there is the normal dinner. You sit across from her, laugh at the right places, say everything is fine. But she leaves feeling like she worked a full shift, because for you, it was just conversation. For her, it was scanning tone, measuring pauses, noticing when your warmth arrived late. You tell yourself she is too sensitive, but actually her nervous system is doing the job your honesty refused to do. The cost is that love starts feeling like labor. Then there is the tiny changed detail. Last week you said one thing. Now you say it slightly differently. Same story, different edge. A place becomes a group becomes a friend becomes nobody important. You tell yourself the detail does not matter, but actually the changing detail tells her the story is being managed. The cost is that she starts trusting patterns more than promises. Stop. Before we go further, everything you have heard so far is not a compliment in pretty packaging. These are real adaptations of the psyche. This is not magic. It is not a superpower. It is what happens when someone has spent too much of life learning how to read a room before the room hurts them. Then there is the apology that sounds rehearsed. You say, "I am sorry you feel that way." You use the soft voice, you look concerned, you try to end the discomfort without touching the truth. You tell yourself you apologized, but actually you handed her a polished sentence with no accountability inside it. The cost is that she stops bringing her pain to you, because now she knows you will manage the moment instead of meet it. Then there is the quiet after. She still replies, she still smiles, she still asks if you got home safe, and that is why you think you are fine. But something has changed. The warmth is no longer automatic. The door is not locked, but it is no longer wide open. You tell yourself she is getting over it, but actually she is moving her emotional furniture away from the exits. The cost is that by the time you notice the room feels empty, she has already packed the important things. And here is the part people miss. An empath does not leave when she stops loving you. She leaves when loving you starts requiring her to betray what she already knows. But here is where it gets complicated. Sometimes the liar is not a villain. Sometimes the liar is someone who learned early that truth created problems. So now they edit before they even think. They remove the shame. They clean the motive. They make the story easier to swallow. And sometimes the empath knows that. That is what makes it hurt more, not less. Because she can feel the scared part under the performance. She can understand why you hide, and still refuse to build a relationship with the hiding. This is the line people do not like. A lie is control dressed as protection. Honesty is risk offered as respect. That is the whole difference. You may think you lied to protect her feelings, but most of the time, you lied to protect your image. You protected the version of yourself you wanted her to keep seeing, while forcing her to live next to the version she could already feel. And when someone can feel both versions, the clean one and the real one, the clean one starts to feel insulting. This is not only for people who call themselves empaths. It is for anyone who has ever sat across from someone and felt their stomach drop before they had proof. Anyone who has ever heard nothing is wrong and knew the sentence was wearing a costume. Anyone who has ever stayed too long because they needed evidence for what their body already knew. The hard part is this. Once trust becomes a job, the relationship changes category. It may still have affection. It may still have history. It may still have good days. But now there is a second task running under everything. Check the story. Check the tone. Check the pattern. And nobody feels safe in a connection where truth has to be audited. So what actually repairs it? Not a better explanation. Something much harder. If you are watching this and wondering if something is wrong with you, hear me. You are not dramatic. You are not impossible to love. You are not too sensitive. You are someone whose body learned to notice what other people try to skip. But noticing is not the same as healing. If you are the empath, your job is not to become a detective forever. Your job is to stop arguing with the alarm just because someone else dislikes the sound. You do not need a courtroom level of proof to admit that your peace has changed around someone. And if you are the person who lied, your job is not to make a dramatic speech. It is to become specific. Not, I am sorry if I hurt you. Say the thing. I lied about this. I did it because I was scared of how I would look. I understand that it changed what you can trust. I will not ask you to pretend it did not. That kind of honesty may not reopen the door, but it stops you from becoming the kind of person who keeps losing doors for the same reason. The Harvard study of adult development has followed lives for more than 85 years, and its main finding is simple. The quality of your relationships shapes the quality of your life. Not the number of people around you, not how good the relationship looks from outside, the quality. And quality cannot grow where one person is real and the other person is performing. If your circle got smaller because you stopped accepting edited versions of people, you are not doing this wrong. If your peace got quieter after one honest ending, you are not broken. If you finally stopped explaining what your body already knew, you are not cold. You are clear. Keep the real tape. If this gave you the permission you did not know you needed, press the button below whose name I will not even say. You know which one. And write one word in the comments. What did your body feel before your mind had proof?